Hello and welcome to Made with Love by Sarah. So I've not done a video for a while. I got COVID in December, 2 weeks before Christmas, and then it was Christmas and the COVID just knocked me out for a while, and then it was Christmas and I had both my children's birthdays and it's just been a busy time. And then last week, no, 10 days ago, I got a puppy called Puppy. And Poppy has been keeping us very busy. She is wonderful and amazing, but she's kind of turned our world upside down and then shook it around a bit. Anyway, she's asleep right now. So I'm going to make a video and we're going to try something different. I'm going to do some glass etching today. So I've already got my vinyl cut out. So we need to weed this vinyl, and I'm going to glass etch on this jar. And it's not an original design. I have seen the design in quite a few places, but I actually wanted to make this for my grandson's birthday, which is coming up in April. So I thought I'd get a jump start on it. So I need to weed this design. Oh, my hair's in the camera. So I need to weed this design to be able to make a template to put on the jar. So I'm just picking out the insides, getting them all over my fingers. I'll stick them on the desk. You can also use these words to do like a reverse etching. I'm not going to today. I'm going to just get rid of the bits that I don't want, leave the bits that I do, and then see where we go from there. So I've weeded out all my bits. Let's get rid of the rubbish. And I'm going to get my scraper, give it a good pressing down on the back. And I didn't get my transfer tape ready. So that's going to be the design that I'm going to use. Cut off a bit of this transfer tape. I've got a big roll here. Measure just about how much we need. There's our transfer tape. Let's get rid of that. I'm shoving that right in the corner because I don't want the puppy to eat it. She's going through a stage where she's just going to eat everything. So peel off the backing tape. And then stick the vinyl on the front. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it together, put it in there so it makes like a U, put it in the middle, and then spread it out from there because we don't want any air bubbles in. Oh, my E's moved. So I'm just going to pull this. Oh, I'll sort it out when it's on the jar. So I'm going to give it a good press down with my scraper. Turn it over and scrape it on the back as well. And then we can peel off. I've got a dot there, I'll have to make sure I get rid of that off my finger. So we can now peel the transfer tape off. So I'm just going to make sure that all my bits and pieces that I want stay on the transfer paper. Making sure that I've got my holes in the middle of my words and there's nothing left on this backing sheet. I'm going to keep this sheet, I'm not going to throw it away, because when I've finished with this transfer tape I can use it again. So you just stick it back on your backing paper and reuse it on the next project. So I'm just going to move that, try and move this E where it wiggled a bit without damaging it. There we go, that's on. So that's now ready to pop on the jar. So I've got some 99% rubbing alcohol. So I'm just going to give this a quick spray to clean it off, because we don't want any dust or anything to get in between the jar and the bit that we're trying to etch. So to put this etching paste on, it needs to be a clean, dry surface. So we'll just give that a second. Just move it out, it's a bit shiny, isn't it? Get rid of my weeding tool. And I'll explain what we're going to use. So this Armour etch is glass etching cream. You need to be very careful. I'll get in focus. So you need to be very careful when you're using this. You need to make sure you've got P.P.E on. You have to push it down really hard to get it open. And this is what it is. So I'm going to get my gloves on. So you don't want to be getting this stuff on your skin at all. It does say if you get it on your skin, rinse immediately and seek medical attention if needed. So we don't want to be doing none of that, do we? So I've got a paintbrush and that's all ready. So let's just leave that to one side. Our jar's dry now, so I'm just going to pick up my design. Oh, that was silly, wasn't it? Let's take the gloves off again. Oh. Take the gloves off again. And so, first of all, you need to pop your design on your whatever you're going to etch. So I need to make sure that I'm putting it on central. And nice and flat and level. And I'm going to give it a good scrape to make sure that I've got no air bubbles. Don't want any air bubbles in there. As with any chemicals, using a well ventilated room. You know, open a window, open the door. That's got no air bubbles in. Is that an air bubble? And now very gently we need to pull off the transfer tape, hopefully leaving everything that we need on the jar. So if you just take your time and go quite slow. anything like the middle of the G, pops up, you can use your weeding tool, just hold it down, and carry on pulling till you've got past it. So I'm pushing down with my fingers while I'm pulling it back. That is popped up, but I just popped it back down again, so that's okay. Just take your time. While you're just popping things back down. You got to pull quite hard. So let me get my backing sheet. We'll pop this transfer tape back on the backing sheet, and then we can use it again for the next project. I'll just flatten that out. So I'm just going to give it a look, make sure that all my edges are down, because if they're not, the paste will sneak underneath and you won't get sharp lines. I've got an air bubble there, but that doesn't matter because it's not going to affect what I'm doing. So put the gloves on. Safety first. And we're ready to go. I've got my paintbrush. It's just a little flat paintbrush. You'll never be able to paint with it again after you've used it on this, so you just need to make sure that you keep one brush just for your glass etching. So I'm just dipping my brush in the paste and I'm putting quite a thick layer all over, and I'm just dabbing where I want it to be, being careful not to push it under any edges. I'm just going to leave this for 3 minutes to let it work its magic. I'm going to put the lid on straight away before I take my gloves off, and I'll see you back in 3 minutes. Okay, so it's now been 3 minutes. I'm going to take the jar. I've got my gloves on. I'm going to take the jar to the sink and the brush, and I'm going to wash it off and clean all the etching paste off. And I'll see you back in a second. And now we can pull off the vinyl. And see what we've got left. So with these middles, you can either put your weeding tool in, or you can just get your nail in, pull them off. I think it's better if you just do your nail, use your nail. Stick them on my hand and then I can get rid of them. Last little one. Throw all the waste away. Trouble with having Poppy is I can't let any bit of rubbish go on the floor. So in actual fact, she's keeping me very tidy. I'm just going to rub that down. And there we have. Let me pop something dark behind it. And there we have our gaming treats jar. So I'm going to fill it with treats and give it to my grandson for his birthday. If you can just see, I'll get my pokey tool, my weeding tool. If you can see just there, I've got a little dot where it's missed. Don't know why it's missed. So we can just go back in with a bit more, and a bit there as well. A bit more etching paste and fill that all. But I think you have to look very closely to see it in the right light. So there we have it. Our gaming treats jar using Armour etch paste. Thank you very much for joining me today. Give it a go. It's easy. Just make sure that you wear your P.P.E and follow the guidance on the jar. But you can make anything look fabulous and personalise anything. Thank you very much for watching me today, and I hope you give it a go. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, have a think about subscribing, and if you press the notification bell, you'll see every time I release another video. Thank you for watching. I think my puppy's waking up, so I need to go probably stand outside in the rain while she has a wee. Thank you for joining me. I love you all. Bye.